Where would you like it?
I'm sitting here now, so let's just.
Okay, there you go.
Stay for a minute. Yes, sir.
Mr. Wade, I just want to remind you that Mr. Woods is on vacation this week, and I got a message earlier this morning that Mr. Pugh would not be able to be with us.
Yes, sir.
But we do have a quorum.
All right, I'll go ahead and call together the Amherst County Service Authority meeting today. Today is September 2nd, 2025, and the time now is 1:31 p.m. First item we have is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion on the floor by Mr. Martin. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Next item we have is citizen concerns and comments.
None have signed up.
I don't
Mr.
see anybody wishing to speak, so we'll skip over that. Next we have is the consent agenda. We've got two items, so I'll do them separate individually for the time being. Is there a motion to approve the draft meeting minutes?
So moved.
All right, motion on the floor by Mr. Martin. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Vote aye as well. Next item we have is the financial report. All those in favor of approving that, I'll make the motion to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well.
I think I messed up. I did, I messed up. Sorry.
I'd like to, let's circle back to the meeting minutes.
My apology. I heard, I heard agenda, I was thinking we were voting on the agenda, approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion we reconsider approving the minutes of August 5th, 2025.
I will agree with that. So,
Thank
I
you.
make a motion to approve the minutes of August 5th, 2025.
all right, making a motion on the floor to reapprove the meeting minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And I vote aye as well.
I'd like to abstain, please.
One abstention, so please note that. So,
Thank you.
Duly
Mr.
noted.
Chairman.
yes, sir.
Duly noted.
Next item we have is the financial report. So I'll make a motion to approve the financial report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Thank you. Next item we have, item 5, action items, Briarcliff Lane.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. William Hughes of 220 Briarcliff Lane approached me as to what could be done to extend public water to his home. Currently, there is a 8-inch potable water line down Johns Creek Road, and Briarcliff comes off of that. So I suggested to Mr. Hughes that he poll his neighbors and see their interest, and he did, and 11 of 12 homes have signed up. Now, I've included in here our policy, which I had found after I talked with him. I just thought it was the right thing to do. The petition does not specify that by signing, they understand they're going to be paying something for this water line extension. But it reads below, request extension of the water main on Briarcliff Lane by 2,500 feet, and it's actually a little further than that, to allow connection for county water to their residents. So we do have 11 signatures on that. I've also included a map showing what the project would look like. We would be doing 8-inch water main, 1,877 linear feet, and then the remaining 404 would be a 2-inch line to serve the few homes at the very end. We would be providing 2 fire hydrants on that main. And I put together a budget with 2 different scenarios. One scenario is using contractor costs. If we were to bid this out, The estimate for that construction is $176,195. And then if we were to purchase material only and do it in-house, using our staff, we're looking at $98,000 for that project. To go forward with this, if we were to go with a contractor cost type budget, I'm proposing to increase for this particular project, the connection fee to $5,000, up from $1,500. That covers the difference to get to 50% that's in our policy. If we go with material only, we can actually do this job at the 50% range at our current connection fee plus the current system development fees. I would not waive the system development fees because it'd be a new customer just like any other customer. So with those two scenarios, we can meet the 50% benchmark that our policy calls for to move this project forward if the board so chooses to. We do have sufficient funds available to do this kind of a project. My recommendation is to move it forward and to continue investigating whether we can have the manpower and the time to do this in-house, or maybe even looking at getting some other kind of funding for doing this project. This has been moving along pretty quickly, and I wanted to bring it to the board's attention so I can move it forward, or if it's board's choice not to do so, then I would go off to work on other projects.
So I got a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
So you still need to identify if you have the resources available to support?
We have sufficient resources for either scenario.
Okay.
Monetary, excuse me, monetary or staff resources are,
Monetary resources, I have to look at the staff resources.
You do have staff resources.
We have some staff resources, and I'll address that a little further in my information report.
All right, second question I had real quick. The petition, I see it here. Did I hear you correctly in that they were not informed that they would have to chip in to the cost?
Correct, I would want to,
So we'd have to recirculate another
I would
petition, essentially.
reach out to each one of these and make them aware of it. If we have email addresses, we can do it that way.
Okay, so you'd have to follow up with another petition, basically.
Either,
to
a
capture
clarification of this petition.
Yep, okay. Any other questions?
yeah.
I vote.
So you may not have the staff resources to do this in-house, and that would be the only reason why you wouldn't do it in-house?
Correct.
So it'll either cost, what'd you say the development fee, the development fee was?
The development fee is $3,000. Our connection fee for a
$1,500.
contractor cost, I would increase it from $1,500 to $5,000.
So development fee is 3,000, so it's a total cost of 8,000 per unit, or
unit,
per
per home.
per connection, per home.
Yep.
If the contractor does it, or 4,500 if we do it.
If we do it, correct. I think we can do it, but before I say, yay, we can, I want to make sure I'm not telling you something that we can't cover and disappoint our customers, future customers.
All right. Can you make that decision before you resubmit that petition, the petition?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say I'm supportive of extending the water line, obviously. I think we need to make sure that the residents understand the fees that would be involved.
Correct. I would want to make sure of that as well. That may change the numbers.
Yeah.
But I know, particularly with Mr. Hughes' situation, I think he's drilled 2 or 3 wells on his property and continues to struggle with water supply.
Sure.
And that whole region, I think, suffers from the same geology.
So how long would it take you to start contacting those owners?
I would begin end of this week or first of next.
Gotcha. Thank you.
But once you understand whether you're gonna do
Yeah.
it yourself or
And
otherwise.
what I might do is, I'll give them both scenarios and give them the worst case cost and let them know what that would be. And if we can do it in-house, we will be able to save them X dollars.
As long as they know what the worst case is.
Yes.
And then you can try. But there are going to be considerable savings with this as well. If you look at pump cost, just electrical costs for the pump itself, the equipment over time, but also the ISO rating, because they'll have hydrants on the street.
Yes,
So that should benefit their insurance coverage,
yes.
if they took advantage of that with their insurance carrier, which I would encourage them to do. Thank you.
So I guess last question, the motion that you've recommended here today, is that to move forward with the entire project or just reaching back out with the petition with the financial information? What are you looking
If I am
for?
successful keeping the same 11 customers and they're all on board with the cost, moving forward with the entire project.
And if they're not,
If not, I would be bringing it back to the board to let them know what's going on.
okay.
So how about, I'll make a motion if that's all right, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Chairman?
Go right ahead.
I make a motion that the ACS, and it's gonna be a little bit different.
That's fine.
I make a motion that the ACSA Board authorize the Executive Director to proceed with the as proposed with the Briarcliff Lane Waterline Extension, subject to 50% of the cost is covered by the residents in accordance with our policy.
In accordance with, that works.
Can I, is it 50% of the cost or is it 50% of the residents?
Cost,
I got you. Okay.
cost.
Very good. Thank you.
Needs to be within, according to our policy. That's the only
Absolutely.
caveat I want to put in.
All right, motion on the floor. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Thank you. Next item we have is the informational report.
Okay. Moving forward, just some additional information on our infrastructure master plan. 2 projects were submitted to VDH, as you recall, for funding in this current cycle of funding. One of them being the Route 130 parallel water line for redundancy, and the other being the AMI project. To date, I've not heard anything whether those applications are successful. VDH is currently working on all of their funding possibilities. One thing the General Assembly did this past year was it provided an additional $25 million for water projects, and they just opened that up to applicants of the May pool. I resubmitted that to Anthony Hess with VDH and got confirmation that it has been received and will be considered. So we're working on that now. The issue is there's $50-some million of available funding before this additional pot, and there was 275. Depending on where these funding applications come in, will be part of putting together our new updated model. So we're working towards that. I've received a proposal from Davenport, and also now getting a proposal from Cruz and Associates, who also perform similar services. So trying to keep everybody honest with that. I did update you that we are continuing to have conversation with DEQ on our water withdrawal permit. They had more questions. I don't know why they didn't have the information, because the information had been provided. But we sat down and I walked them through the spreadsheet that had 15 years of daily data, exactly how it was all formulated and what column meant what. So now, hopefully, their modeler can move forward with our application. We're looking at, last thing I saw was December 16th for receiving our permit.
May I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
What modeler are you, or what modeler are you using for this?
I could not tell you what black box DEQ is using. I wish I could. But we have provided them with all of the data, every daily withdrawal from both the creek and the reservoir, what the reservoir levels were, so that they can put all of that together. Currently, the reservoir does not have any requirement for any pass-through, and they're hoping to be able to keep that in our upcoming permit.
I'll chat with you afterwards.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you. But I did check on the DQ's website, and the town of Amherst is still yet to receive their permit, so we're moving along at the same pace. But I think our conversations have been much more productive than theirs. With the lead and copper surface line inventory, we are continuing to work on getting our GIS data points for all of our meter locations. And when I put this together, we were at 50%. That was early last week. We're at 60% now, and we are going to make our October 1 deadline. October 16th is the end of the funding period. There were a number of communities that were sent communication saying, if you're not going to make it, please let us know. I want to be one of those that says, yes, we made our target like we promised you. So that's moving forward. And the mapping, it looks really, really good, showing pinpoint within 4 inches of where these meter locations are. So our service techs, if they get a call out in the middle of the night, they can go onto their iPads and pull up GIS, and it will take them right to the points. So that's progress there. Nothing further to report on the Gateway project. I have reached out to Seminole Properties LLC to get their participation. Have not got anything definite with that, but I will continue, and when I do, I will make the board aware. South Madison Heights infrastructure. Hate to be the bearer of bad news on that one, but I just received this prior to coming in here. DHCD did not meet the August 26th deadline on the grant.
CVPDC?
Yep. So, they have Alec owned that in this memorandum. And he said that Deputy Director of Planning Kelly Hitchcock will directly oversee. There is another round of applications, hopefully around January 1, and they will be submitting on our behalf for that. So hopefully that will move forward, but it was disappointment on that.
Say what the holdup was, what happened?
I do know Jeremy received a phone call. It was due at midnight on the 26th. At 11:58, Jeremy received a phone call with wanting some information. 11:58 p.m. That call did not wake him up. The one at 12:01 did.
Well,
All right.
I never.
So, I know I personally spoke with Jeffredo at around 8:30, 8:40 that evening, answering questions for him. So,
Thank you.
the James River Bank Stabilization Project, we have received approvals on all of our documents, and that is going out to bid tomorrow for that project. I look forward to moving that forward and getting that completed. I'm working on the Form 270 to get reimbursement for our previous expenditures. Hopefully that will move along further. I will say our EPA person has been extremely responsive to our information requests. So, the Campbell Street Sewer Extension Project, the force main has been installed and pressure tested and is available for service. We will be purchasing grinder pumps as part of that project and moving that forward, making the actual connections, and that is funded through the ARPA funds for sewer extension. The Berkshire Place Sewer Extension, working on getting the final design on that. We are going to be able to install that within the existing VDOT right-of-way. We don't have to obtain additional easements other than the part that's part of a drainage easement on one property. And I've met with that person and have a verbal on that, so we should be in good shape there. Jeremy approached me on behalf of Habitat for Humanity if county fees could be waived, such as building permits, ENS fees, and all of that, water and sewer connection fees. Is there a state code that does allow that? And I provided county administrator with information saying that our bond covenants cannot provide that. It does not allow us to provide free services. But I suggested that Habitat partner with Southeast RCAP, which is a grant funding agency that deals with low-income housing issues, and they have programs that will actually go so far as pay for the installation of the service laterals. So hopefully that'll be a good partnership for that future project. I've reached out to CVTC folks several times and not yet to get any movement on where they are with that. The SCAT group, we actually met on August 27th, and it's a wonderful process where we go around and around and end up back where we are. So hopefully they will. We're now looking at using, instead of going through line by line by line by line and rewriting everything, referring to some reference materials such as WEF, MOP, the Manual of Operations Planning, MOP 11s, and those sort of things. So hopefully that will make it easier for future upgrades, as well as keeping things current. As I stated before, it's been over about 20 years since the regulations have been reviewed, and all of the new technologies in that are old established technology, and there's a lot of new technologies that aren't even mentioned. We did get our unidirectional flushing program kicked off, and I show you some pictures of a before and after. So that's getting that the sediments out of that have built up over the years out of our distribution line, so that if there is a change in flow or direction, we're not receiving as many discolored water complaints. Dealing with a number of developers. Actually, what was Stratford Place did not make the list because it just happened. It's been happening that it was going to be it was going to be another project, but they the developers flip-flop projects. Both of them have gone through the approval process, but they're actually going to be kicking off construction here shortly. The Project Liberty, I believe I saw equipment in there this morning. They're kicking that off within the Avalon Business Park, so that they're looking to actually have that operational or online early sometime in the spring. So that's going to be moving along. A couple of things that didn't make my report. We received a warning letter from DEQ from our sanitary sewer overflows back in February. They finally got the letter to us in August, and it states no further action because we submitted reports on time and explained what had happened. No further action required. And the way DEQ works is if you get so many issues, each issue receives so many points in it. You get certain point values, you get warning letters, you can get NOVs, consent orders. With this one, because we had two very close together, warranted the warning letter. Those points have already rolled off. We're clean as far as DEQ is concerned. There's a 6-month rolling system on that. With staffing, we've had a couple of resignations. We actually have a new hire, Mark Gisapos. I didn't get that right, did I? Giapos. He's coming to us with several years of experience in utility construction and utility maintenance, most recently with Bedford County. So we're working, that's why make sure I have the manpower to do the projects like I want to do. We're moving things forward. And we're also looking at some position requirements as well as actual needs. One of the things that periodically we have is issues within our sewer pumping stations where we need someone electrical, mechanical, and we really don't have that particular job in our organization. And while we have these vacant positions, we may be able to shift some things around and look at that, and I'll be bringing that to the board as well. So that's that. And finally, several months ago, I mentioned that Verizon was interested in putting a cell tower equipment on top of our Littleton tank. It's gone through their engineering process, and they are on board with doing that. They met with me last week to have their engineers look at it, and we'll be bringing some information back to the board on that as well.
Thank you, Tom.
Yes, sir.
So when I saw that come up in your list, our firm at SEH used to have a telecom services division that helped negotiate those contracts. We do not any longer.
Okay.
But I was trying to find out who in our firm did that. We found that utilities traditionally leave a lot of money on the table in those negotiations. And of course, the provider will be trying to get as low as you can, but they pay a significant amount, others, and they'll pay it based on the population. There may be some resources that you can reach out to
Okay.
that ask for some guidance there that can help increase that, or help you with the negotiations.
I appreciate knowing that. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And that's all I have on my report. Any other questions?
Thank you, sir. Board, any questions, comments? All right, thank you. Next item we have is citizen concern and comment. Seeing none, we'll move on. Matters from members of the board, Mr. Parrow. All right, Mr. Martin?
No, sir.
I don't have any items for today either, so thank you.
Thank
With
you.
that, sir?
Thank you.
All right, then, easy enough. With that, I'll make a motion to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Vote aye as well. We're adjourned. Thank you.